but still no effort was put in at all prior to you saying, hey, I want to come see you. You know, if we were to do this, we were going to be long distance regardless. So call and text and FaceTime was all we had. And you didn't even give that to me.
All right, guys, gotta talk about another episode of the Pop the Balloon show. Okay, we're going to be reacting to one of these follow-ups. Another one that was in my draft that I didn't get around to, but here we are. Okay, so of course, we're gonna play the initial clip that had went viral, and then subsequently, we're gonna get into the follow-up to see if they actually went on a date or not.
Okay, so is it gonna be a yes for you for yes? And is it a yes for you for her?
Of course.
Obviously, on your episode of episode 19, people had quite a lot to say, as we saw in the comments. Shayna, we'll start with you. So a lot of the comments, they were all calling you purple dress, by the way. Everybody was
I
like,
was
purple
wearing
dress,
pink.
purple dress.
I was wearing pink.
For some reason it looked purple a little bit. Yeah, so everybody was like, purple dress, doesn't want to take accountability, and you know, whatever it may be. How did you feel about reading those comments, and like, you know, talk us through the moment when you were in there getting asked these questions and whatever it was.
Okay, so when I came to set, I honestly didn't think I was going to match with anyone. Okay. I walked on set and I seen all these gorgeous women there. Episode 19, I'm not sure if y'all remember the lineup, but these girls were gorgeous.
Yes, they were.
So I said, I'll just come for the experience. I'll come and have fun. If you guys remember the episode, I was laughing and giggling the whole time. And I was asked a few questions, and which I didn't answer. And honestly, watching that episode and reading the comments, they were brutal. But I do understand why so many people are upset. That I do understand. Coming from my point of view, which is something that I learned major being on the show, and I was speaking to Jeremiah about it, is I live like a private life for the most part. And one of my biggest mistakes was coming on a public show trying to be so private. And I learned major, that was a big no.
Yeah.
Which is why I didn't answer some of the questions. If I could go back and redo it, which I can't, it's already done.
Right, exactly.
But growing from this experience, I would have answered. Even if I didn't want to, I should have given an explanation.
Okay.
So I did learn that. And after the show, when I was reading the comments, I did call Jeremiah, and I said, do you want me to answer the question? Which he did say yes to. And I said, you know, the show apart, let's put the show aside, just me and you. Do you want to know the answer to this question that he had asked? Because he had asked me something that I did wrong and something that my ex did wrong in our past relationship. And I did answer the question to Jeremiah. So,
okay.
Yeah. I really didn't feel so safe in a space full of strangers to let that part of me out. And what I could have told Jeremiah was, you know, we can have this conversation off camera, which we did, you know? So I learned from that experience that if you're gonna go on this show and you think you live a private life, don't do it. Or don't come on this show and not answer questions.
Try to be private, yeah.
People will come for you. And people said so much like, you know, I've cheated in the past, which I never have, or I don't take accountability, which I do take a lot of accountability. And I have people in my circle who do keep me accountable too, you know?
That's good.
So I am an accountable person, but I can say my biggest mistake, one of the few that I made on the show, was not answering that, and I should have answered it. And one more thing that I did do wrong, which I told Jeremiah too, is I shouldn't have popped. I should have given him the opportunity, if I didn't answer the question, to pop, because I popped before, you know, as soon as he answered the question. So I know I said a lot, so I grew from the experience. I've learned a lot. So yeah.
Okay, that's good. See, and so look at that, y'all. She's taking accountability now. She came out right out the gate, ready to take accountability.
Yeah, so let me know what you guys think about that, okay? Because she's referencing the fact that, you know, there were guys on her episode that were asking her questions about, you know, herself, the things that she did wrong in her relationship. Another guy asked her why she was single, and she was popping the balloon on questions relating to her self-reflecting and, you know, really holding her feet to the fire in regards to what she did wrong in a relationship / why she's single, so on and so forth. Okay, so that's why people were kind of coming for her in the comment section, because people wanted to know, why would you appear on a show and pop your balloon when people are asking you questions relating to dating and actually getting to know you to figure out if you are a good fit or not. Okay, so that's why she was receiving a bit of backlash in regards to that. Okay, now, you know, hey, you know, she's here, you know, providing accountability. Okay, she is basically holding herself accountable here and saying, in retrospect, the things that I did, I would possibly change if I was to do it all over again. And I should have answered the questions and not popped the balloon prematurely versus, getting to know you to figure out who you are, your character, so on and so forth. Okay. So, hey, she is taking accountability here. Okay. Which is, a lot more than what some of these modern women will do. Okay. Because a lot of these modern women will die on the hill of being self-entitled and delusional. Okay. Although resistance is futile, a lot of these modern women would not take any sort of accountability. Okay. So I will give her some credit here, but let me know what you guys think.
They can't come for you now. We'll see. We don't know about the internet. We never know. So Jeremiah.
Yes.
Obviously, like she said, she ended up popping on you initially.
Right.
However, that didn't deter you. When she got that balloon back, you were still ready to match. Why so?
Yeah. So I believe in second chances sometimes.
Okay.
But I saw Shayna. I'm like, wow, she's very beautiful. And I'm like, let me just give her a second chance. You never know.
Exactly.
Because when you give a second chance to some people, they end up surprising you and end up being the one. But we can kind of speak on how things went after the fact.
Okay, well, that's a good segue. Yeah. Let's jump right into it then. So, since you guys ended up matching, have you gone on a date? Have you hung out?
Kind of.
Uh-oh. Tell me about it.
So, after the show, we... us and Julius and JoJo, we all went on a double date. I think they may have mentioned it.
They did
in the past follow-up show. So after that, we had a very good night. It was very fun at the hookah lounge. After that,
no hookah was done.
Yeah, I was like, wait, why are we at a hookah lounge and we're not smoking hookah? But after the hookah lounge and after the show, we talked here and there, we texted here and there. But honestly, I don't know if you want me to say anything, but at the end of it, we were like, maybe things didn't work out the way that they were supposed to be. But in the end, we ended up being very amicable.
Okay.
And we are still single.
Oh. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so Shayna, what happened?
Okay, so to kind of repeat what he said, so once we left the show, we went on a double date with Julius and JoJo. Shout out to them. I saw that they're doing great. We had an incredible night. I'm glad I didn't match with Jeremiah that night. We were just giggling the whole night. And then we ended up that night, I'm not sure if you remembered, we had watched a previous episode of Pop the Balloon in the car. And we were like, this is how people are going to like roast us, So we did have a good first date. But after our first date, we kind of
Fizzled out
a little bit. I still think very highly of Jeremiah, but we just didn't work out. I live on the East Coast, he lives on the West Coast, which I think is kind of a big reason why we didn't work out as much too.
Okay.
There's a few other things, but one of the main reasons, in my opinion.
So initially when we matched, she said that she lived in Florida, and I was initially okay with that because I'm like, okay, we can kind of work something out.
Yeah.
I can book a flight, go see her. She can book a flight and come see me. But as things went on, I'm like, okay, really not feeling that the spark wasn't there, to be honest with you.
Okay.
So,
and this was how soon after you?
This was about maybe like a week ago.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Oh boy.
Jump right in.
You want to go first?
I can go first.
Go ahead.
So since we stayed, it was going to be long distance. One of the reasons that, in my opinion, I know Jeremiah said he didn't feel a spark, which I respect. I still think he's very attractive. I know he thinks the same about me. But it was Jeremiah's lack of communication. I barely heard from Jeremiah after the show. He would text me here and there. And one thing I do appreciate about him is he knew I got a lot of backlash from our episode, and he was texting me to check up on me. I do appreciate you doing that. But other than that, there was really no communication between us, like no calls, no FaceTime. So it kind of just let me know that he wasn't really interested. And that's how I took it. So yeah.
Like would you like message him and you wouldn't hear anything back, or?
No, he would text me back, or he would text me, or I would text him. But it was very like short conversations. Like it wasn't really getting to know me, or it was just like, hey, how are you kind of thing. And that was it. Like it was nothing. Like we had 2 phone conversations. I was telling to BM, which is your husband. Yeah. We had 2 phone conversations since the show, and I'm the one who initiated both of the conversations. So, his actions just showed a lot that he wasn't like, it's not something he was feeling, which, I was fine with. I told him after the show, if this is something you want to pursue, just let me know. If not, let me know too. I'm cool either way. So yeah, his action just told me that he really wasn't interested, and I was fine with that. So yeah.
Okay.
Interesting.
Uh-oh.
That's very interesting.
What's your perspective on it?
So we did have a conversation offline about the distance and me trying to come out to go see her. We had a conversation about me just flying out. And when I was actually in the process of booking a flight to go see Shayna, she said no.
I did say no.
So when
So how soon after the show, after you guys matched, when was this?
This was about a week after the show.
Oh.
It wasn't a week after the show.
Okay, a week and
It
2
was,
days.
No, it was probably 3 weeks after the show. It was when BM reached out to me to do our catch-up episode, and I reached out to you and said, hey, BM wants to do our catch-up. You're like, well, I haven't even gotten a chance to get to know you. Let me come out to Florida. And that's when I said, you know, I would much rather you have gotten to know me first, you know, through call, through text, you know, than for you just to fly to Florida. Because what if we weren't even compatible, you know? So that's why I didn't say no, like it's a no, do not come and see me. It was a no, I'd rather you have gotten the time to know me first, which I feel like you really didn't do.
Yeah, no, I really get that. So the way that I think that you get to kind of know a person a little bit better is to actually see them in person, see them in the flesh.
Okay.
Right? To see that look at their body language, look at how they're speaking, and you actually get to see the physical person. And even if things didn't work out, I can go to Disney World. It's in Orlando.
Let me know what you guys think about that. Okay, because she's basically saying that I wanted to know him or get to know him a little bit more, okay, via phone call, text message, FaceTime, what have you, before we actually met face to face. Okay, that's basically what she's saying here. And this gentleman is saying, yeah, let's forget all that. Let's just meet face to face to determine if we are a good fit or not. Okay, and I don't necessarily think I agree with that, because if you're possibly getting into a long distance relationship, why not simulate or maybe get to know them from the long distance perspective to determine if, you know, hey, if we're not together, or can we build a foundation together while we are apart? And, you know, hey, if our moral compasses align and we match and it's a good fit, yeah, let me go ahead and invest a couple $1,000s, you know, go to Florida, so on and so forth, and pursue this further, okay? Because she's basically saying that we never even got an opportunity to build a foundation. He never really showed any interest in me for me to ultimately feel comfortable meeting him face to face and seeing if this is a good fit or not.
But still, no effort was put in at all prior to you saying, hey, I want to come see you. You know, if we were to do this, we were going to be long distance regardless. So call and text and FaceTime was all we had. And you didn't even give that to me. So when you said, hey, I want to come see you, I was like, come see me for what? This man has not showed interest for the past few weeks. And now all of a sudden he wants to hop on a plane and come to Florida. So that's why I said no.
So wanting to go see someone in person is quite literally the action of trying to get to know them. I'm more of an in-person person. Texting, calling, FaceTiming is okay, but I'd rather see you in the flesh. I'd rather be able to hug you in person, really get to know you, and possibly meet your friends. But you really can't do a lot of that over texting and calling. Okay. So that was my point. I'm trying to come out there see her.
Have you ever had a long distance relationship or fling, whatever it is, beforehand?
Yeah, yes, I have.
Okay.
And it's been a consistent, like, me coming out there, that person coming out to wherever I'm at. And it worked out for quite a long time. But eventually there comes a point where one person or the other has to eventually relocate to the same city as the other person. And those past relationships didn't reach that point.
Okay. So now between the visits where you would go over there or they would come to you, how was the communication?
Oh, it was excellent.
Oh.
So after the initial visit, I typically can kind of gauge a person, whether that's going to be a potential relationship or not. So the purpose of a physical trip is twofold. So it's to get to know the person and then figure out if this person could be a potential relationship in the future.
Okay, so it sounds like you guys have like different ways of how you want to start off a relationship.
Yeah, and we didn't both realize that until we were both like, yeah, no. You know, it's speaking to him after the fact. He's like, this is what I want to do. Well, I'm like, I prefer you gotten to know me first, you know, because if we're long distance, all we have is call, text, and FaceTime. And he's like, no, I want to see you. And so, you know.
Okay, I see.
Yeah. And
then so did you guys ever have this conversation before, or it was just kind of like, that's it, we're done?
Wow, she looks at me like that. So we kind of had this type of conversation, but it was nothing that was like set in stone to where like, okay, this is how you like to know a person. This is how I like to know a person. Let's see if there is some way we can meet in the middle, to where we can kind of compromise and make it work on both ends.
Which we should have done.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
And that's failure on both of our ends, that we kind of didn't communicate how we wanted to do that. You know, so I think we both dropped the ball.
Yeah,
on that
taking
aspect.
accountability for that.
Yeah.
Look at you, just all accountability today.
I know the word accountability is plastered on my head.
Man. Okay. All right, guys. So where are we today? What's going on? Is he booking a flight?
He is not.
Oh,
No.
okay.
We both agreed to just let this be what it was. I appreciate meeting Jeremiah, the whole experience. Although it was kind of tough, but he's a great guy. I have nothing bad to say about him to this day. So yeah.
Yeah, no, Shayna is a very beautiful woman. She has perfect wifey traits, guys. And
I do like this.
and if you're in the Florida area, definitely check her out.
Okay.
But overall, she's a great woman. She has been great through this process, and you never know, you might see one of us again.
You'll see Jeremiah again. If you're in Vegas, and I told him this personally off camera. I said, for the right woman and the woman that Jeremiah wants, he will be an incredible partner. I believe that. So good luck to him.
No, good luck to you.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks, friend.
Well, oh God, not the emphasis on
Hit her
friend.
up with the friend.
Okay. Well, just to wrap things up, any projects or any final thoughts, anything we can be on the lookout from either one of you?
No. Well, I do have a YouTube channel. I'm not sure. I don't want to.
No, go ahead.
shout it
Yeah,
out,
put yourself
so-
out there.
Yeah, I wasn't sure. This is your platform. I didn't
No,
want to put it
you're
out there.
good.
But I do have a YouTube channel called Tripping with Jay. And it's just me traveling to different countries and putting it out as a travel vlog for the most part. Yeah.
Very cool. We'll be checking it out.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Shayna?
I don't have anything, but I could just say Jesus loves you. Give your life to
Amen.
Christ. He's the best. Amen.
All right. Well, thank you both for coming on today. I really
you.
do appreciate your time. And I wish you both, honestly, the best.
All right, guys, so there you have it. Okay, so let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Okay, I think this was destined to fail from the very beginning. Okay, it seems like he kind of friend zoned her right after the show because they had mentioned that they had went out with other people from the show, and then subsequently it just kind of fizzled out. Okay, so that's what happened. He friend zoned her, and then it seems like he wanted to book a flight to come see her after not having much communication. Okay, and it seems like she wasn't cool with it because she wanted to build some sort of foundation or rapport before she actually met up with him. Okay, so I don't know if he had a trip to Florida in the works. He had mentioned that he has a YouTube channel, vlogging, and going to different countries or different states or what have you. So who knows? That could very well be one of the reasons why he wanted to go out to Florida, because he had some content, right? I'm just saying, who knows? But it definitely seems like they have two different ways of approaching how they want to be in a relationship, okay? Because, although they would be long distance, it seems like she wants to build rapport first before she actually meets up with the person, okay? Versus the gentleman here doesn't necessarily, care, I guess, to build rapport initially via text and phone call. He more so wants to do it face to face and then figure out, I guess, if he wants to proceed with a long distance relationship, okay? It just seems like they have two different ways of approaching a relationship when it comes to long distance, and ultimately it was not a good fit. But hey, let me know what you guys think. Give me some feedback, and until next time.